Greetings from Missouri University of Science and Technology. Thank you for joining us for this webinar today. We'll be covering pre-departure information for students who have been admitted to spring semester 2018. This presentation is geared towards undergraduate students who have been admitted as freshmen or transfer. My name is Jody Hazekamp, and I work in the Office of International and Cultural Affairs at Missouri University of Science and Technology. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you on your acceptance to Missouri S&T, one of the premier technological research institutions in the U.S. We're very much looking forward to welcoming you to campus in January. Here's a quick overview of the agenda for today. We'll start off by introducing you to the International and Cultural Affairs team. We'll go over what you need for your immigration documents, such as your DS 2019, your visa, and your I-20. We'll review important dates that you should know. I'll give you a quick overview of Rolla, Missouri, your new home. I'll provide you with information about transportation to Rolla and important things that you need to do after you arrive in Rolla, such as housing options, English testing, enrolling in classes. We'll talk about employment options for international students, and I'll also tell you about some international student organizations. As I said, my name is Jody Hazekamp, and I'm the international recruiter here at Missouri S&T. You should have been receiving emails from me with hopefully helpful information as you prepare for your move to Rolla. Ms. Hannah Helmick also works with international recruitment. She is the sponsored student manager. So if your education will be sponsored by your home government or an employee, you'll work with Ms. Hannah. You'll see on the screen that there are both of our email addresses. Please feel free to send us an email at any time if you have questions. Next, I want to introduce you to your international advisors. Your international advisor is your best source of information for any questions you have about your immigration documents or status. You can see here that each advisor advises a group of students based on your family name, what letters your family names start with. So we have Miss Janelle, Miss Shauna, and Miss Justina. If you've already received your immigration documents, you might recognize their names as the ones who signed those documents for you. Ms. Jean Beyer is the Assistant Director of the Office of International and Cultural Affairs and also advises students with a last name starting with W. Mr. Bill Elliott is our Director, and he advises students with a family name starting with B. Please feel free to reach out to your international advisor if you have questions about your immigration documents. You can also send an email to ia@mst.edu, and we'll be happy to help. You can give our office a call at country code 001-573-341-4208. Our office is open between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Feel free to email us at any time, but if you do need to call, please call within our regular business hours. This outlines the important steps that you will need to do in order to get your immigration documents and your student visa. So after you've been admitted, the first thing you'll need to do is submit your financial statement. Your international advisor will then review this bank statement or financial statement and will issue your immigration documents. You'll then need to arrange for shipment through University Express Mail Services. Once you receive your I-20 or DS 2019, you'll pay your CVIS fee and schedule your visa interview appointment and pay the visa application fee. You'll then attend your visa interview appointment. If your visa is approved, follow the instructions for passport and visa pickup. If you are wondering how long the wait is to make a visa appointment or how long the wait is to receive your visa after your appointment, please check the Department of State website, and it can give you an estimate on the wait time depending on what country you'll be going for your interview. Important dates to remember are that you can arrive in the U.S. up to 30 days prior to your program start date on your I-20 or DS 2019. You'll want to be sure that you arrive in Rolla by Monday, January 8th, which is New International Student Orientation. This is a required event for all of our new international students, and we will provide you with important information about campus, and it's also a great opportunity to meet some other new international students and make some new friends. The start of the spring semester is Tuesday, January 16th. This will be the first day of your classes. A little information about Rolla is it's a town of about 20,000 residents. You can see on the green map there in the bottom corner, we're located in the state of Missouri, and Missouri is right there in the middle of the U.S. So it's a really great location if you're wanting to travel on your breaks from classes and maybe visit and see some other parts of the U.S. You can easily, make a trip out to California, down to Texas, or up to New York. Rolla is 160 kilometers from St. Louis, which is the largest city in the state of Missouri. It's a very safe and friendly community, which is one of the things that international students love the most about Rolla. Our city slogan is "A city engineered for everyone." That means no matter what your hobbies or interests are, chances are Rolla has something to offer for you. You can see there in one of the pictures of our campus that it's snowing. So Missouri does have 4 distinct seasons. In the winter, it can get quite cold, and we do get snow occasionally. You'll be arriving in January, so it will likely be quite cold when you arrive. So please be sure to pack a jacket or some warm clothes for you to wear, especially right when you get off the plane. You can, of course, go shopping and buy some other winter clothes if you don't have many, but at least pack a few warm things for you to wear when you first arrive. In the summer, it can get quite hot, and then in the spring and fall, we generally have mild weather. You can see here that Rolla is surrounded by forest, so a lot of the people in our town really enjoy outdoor activities such as hiking or fishing or boating, lots of great things to enjoy the beautiful outdoors. When you arrive in Rolla, you're going to want to fly into the St. Louis airport. The airport code is STL. That's the closest airport to Rolla. Rolla is about a 2-hour drive from the airport. So because of this, you want to be sure that you make transportation arrangements before you arrive at the airport. One option is USA Express shuttle service, which is a local shuttle service here in Rolla that provides transportation to and from the airport in Rolla. If you are interested in booking a reservation with USA Express, you can send an email to ia@mst.edu, and we can provide you with instructions on how to arrange this shuttle. If you are a sponsored student, you can send an email to iasss@mst.edu, and Miss Hannah will be happy to provide you with information about your shuttle options. Of course, another possibility would be to have a friend or other current student pick you up. Please take note if you may need to make hotel reservations when you first arrive in St. Louis or Rolla. If your flight arrives in St. Louis very late at night, you may need to get a hotel in St. Louis for your first night. When you first arrive on campus, you will be likely living in a dorm, but if you're unsure about that, you can get in contact with Residential Life and make sure that your housing is arranged for you when you arrive, or see if you need to make a hotel reservation. After you arrive in Rolla, you want to check in with the Office of International and Cultural Affairs and bring with you your I-20 or DS 2019, your passport, and your I-94. Our office is located in 103 Norwood Hall. That picture below at the bottom of the screen, that's a picture of Norwood. So please remember that our office hours are 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. If you are to arrive on Saturday, for example, it's fine. Just come to our office to check in on Monday. It's fine for you to check in at orientation for the first time. So if you need to do that, just be sure to bring all of the required documents to orientation. You'll also need to get your university ID card made, activate your university email address. Once you arrive on campus, your professors, our office, and all other offices on campus are going to communicate with you through your university email address. So it will be important that you get this set up right away and check it regularly. You can also open a bank account at one of the local banks in Rolla and look for housing options if needed. So if you are coming to Missouri S&T as a freshman or sophomore, you will be required to live on campus. Missouri S&T has a housing policy that undergraduate students are required to live on campus for 2 years. If you have questions about what your housing options are, please feel free to reach out to Residential Life. You can visit their website at reslife.mst.edu or send them an email at reslife@mst.edu. If you are coming to Missouri S&T as a transfer student over the age of 21, you may be eligible to live off campus. So there are several local rental companies that offer apartments to rent near campus. If you are planning on living off campus but do not want to purchase a car, that's not a problem. There's plenty of off-campus housing that is close enough to campus that it's within walking distance. Another great resource when looking at your housing options is to contact current student organizations and get their housing advice. Current students are a really wonderful resource. If you were admitted to S&T based on your academic record but have not provided proof of meeting the English requirement, you will you will be required to complete English proficiency testing upon arriving at Missouri S&T, and this will be administered by the Intensive English program. If you are unsure if you've met the English requirement, you can look on your I-20 or DS 2019 to see if it's been issued for English language or if it's for academics. Based on the results of your English test, the IEP will recommend if you are prepared to start academic classes or if you need to improve your English a bit and should enroll in the IEP before starting your academics. Another important task you'll need to do once you arrive on campus is enroll in classes. So freshmen, you will meet with your academic advisor at Pro Day, which will be Friday, January 12th. At Pro Day, this is where you're going to discuss your classes and get registered for your classes. Transfer students, you will meet with your academic advisor on Transfer Advising Day, which is Thursday, January 11th. This is where you will register for your classes. As undergraduate students, it's important to note that you must be full-time enrolled to maintain your immigration status. So for academic undergraduate students, that is 12 credit hours per semester. Here are some employment options for international students. If you are interested in getting on-campus employment as an international student, you can work up to 20 hours per week while school is in session. This must be at an on-campus location. So for example, you could get a job in the library or get a job in the dining service hall on campus. Other options are optional practical training, which would be completed during your educational career, or often referred to as OPT, or curricular practical training, CPT, which is completed upon degree completion. If you're interested in OPT or CPT, you can learn more about these opportunities after you arrive on campus and speak to your international advisor about if you qualify and when you'll need to start these processes. One of the points of pride of Missouri S&T is our career assess for our graduates. By coming to S&T, you will be making a great investment in your future. We had over 1,000 companies recruit students on our campus in our fall 2016 career fair. There were almost 4,000 on-campus interviews from this. Each year, our career service office hosts 2 career fairs, one in the spring and one in the fall. They're some of the largest career fairs in the Midwest, and you will have the chance to network with many top corporations that consider Missouri S&T a top 20 key school for finding their future leaders. The average starting salary at commencement for our undergraduates is over $61,000, so that this is a very high and competitive salary. So there are over 200 student organizations on campus. So no matter what your hobbies are, you'll definitely be able to find a club or organization to join and make some friends. There's also several international student organizations, which are really helpful for our international students, along with our American students who are interested in learning about other cultures. I have a list here of some of the organizations. If you would be interested in getting in contact with a current student, either maybe from your home country or just to get some advice on, life at S&T and from their perspective, because, our current international students, they've been in your shoes before and they know what it's like and all the questions that you have. So they're really great resources and will be happy to help. So a lot of these organizations have websites or have Facebook groups, so you can connect through that. If you have questions and aren't able to find them, please send me an email and I'll be happy to connect you. Celebration of Nations is a huge international festival that we have in Rolla. It's one of my favorite days of the year. As I mentioned before, Rolla is a relatively small town, but a Celebration of Nations is a great example of how warm and welcoming we are to our international student population. The day starts off with a parade where all of our international students and faculty and community members walk in the parade representing their home countries with their flags. And then in the afternoon, we have a festival where you can try all sorts of delicious food from all around the world. There's different crafts going on, games for children. It's a really fun day. And then we also have a talent show where different students and community members do singing, dancing, and other types of very entertaining performances throughout the afternoon. So Celebration of Nations is a wonderful day, and I really hope that you all decide to get involved with it when you come to Missouri S&T. It's always the last Saturday in September. So when you're packing, if you want to pack some traditional clothing that you might want to wear at Celebration of Nations, that would be great. It's a really fun day for you to share some of your culture with the local community. So that concludes our webinar. You can see here are the contact information of Miss Hannah and myself, Jody. Please feel free to send us an email, give us a call, connect with us on Facebook, or look at our website if you have any questions. Our job here is to help new students like yourself and answer any questions. So please never hesitate to reach out to us, and we look forward to welcoming you all to campus in January. We'll see you then.